Fitness myths that quietly destroy your body over time. Chapter 1. Intro. The dangerous lies we call fitness. Most fitness mistakes don't hurt right away. That's why they're so dangerous. You don't feel them on day one. You don't feel them after a week. Sometimes you don't feel them for years. You train, you sweat, you push harder. You think you're doing everything right, but slowly, quietly, something starts to change. Your joints feel stiff when you wake up. Your energy disappears faster than before. That tightness in your back, your knees, your shoulders, it never fully leaves. And the worst part, you think this is normal. You think this is just getting older or training hard, but it's not. It's the result of fitness myths, ideas that sound smart, feel disciplined, and are repeated everywhere, yet slowly break the body down over time. Today, we expose the fitness myths that don't just stop progress, they quietly destroy your body. Chapter 2. Myth. Number 1. If it doesn't hurt, it doesn't work. Pain has been glorified in fitness culture. No pain, no gain. Push through it. If it hurts, it's working. But your body does not grow stronger from pain. It grows stronger from adaptation. Pain is not a signal of progress. Pain is a signal of threat. There is a huge difference between muscular effort and tissue damage. That burning sensation in muscles during a workout, that's normal. Sharp pain in joints, tendons, or deep tissues, that's a warning. Ignoring pain doesn't make you tough. It makes injuries inevitable. Many long-term injuries don't come from one bad workout. They come from years of ignoring pain and training through discomfort. Knees wear down, tendons degenerate, spines lose stability. By the time real pain forces you to stop, the damage is already done. Pain is not progress. Pain is information. Chapter 3. Myth number 2. More is always better. This myth destroys more bodies than almost anything else. More workouts, more miles, more weight, more intensity. At first, it works. You improve quickly. You feel unstoppable. Then progress slows. Fatigue increases, motivation drops, and instead of resting, you do more. But your body has a limit to how much stress it can absorb. Training is stress. Life is stress. Work, sleep, emotions, nutrition, it all adds up. When total stress exceeds recovery, the body doesn't adapt. It breaks down. Signs of too much are subtle. Constant soreness, poor sleep, slower recovery, frequent minor injuries, loss of enthusiasm. These aren't weaknesses. They're biological limits being ignored. Real progress doesn't come from doing more. It comes from doing enough, consistently. Chapter 4. Myth number 3. Good form only matters for heavy lifts. This myth quietly destroys joints over years. People think if the weight is light, form doesn't matter. If the run is easy, technique doesn't matter. If it doesn't hurt now, it's fine. But the body learns through repetition. Every rep teaches your nervous system how to move. Every step reinforces a pattern. Bad form under light load doesn't stay harmless. It becomes automatic. Over time, muscles stop activating correctly, joints absorb more force than they should, movement efficiency disappears. Then one day, under normal load, something fails. Not because of that workout, but because of thousands of small, careless reps before it. Perfect form isn't about looking good. It's about protecting your future body. Movement quality today determines pain levels tomorrow. Chapter 5. Myth number 4. Stretching fixes everything. Stretching has been sold as the universal cure in fitness. If something hurts, stretch it. If you feel stiff, stretch more. If your movement feels limited, stretch longer. And while stretching can be helpful, the myth is believing it solves every problem. Muscles don't become tight randomly. They become tight because they are protecting something. Often, tightness is a response to weakness. Elsewhere, poor movement patterns, lack of stability. In joints, repetitive stress. For example, tight hamstrings are often blamed for lower back pain. But in many cases, the hamstrings are tight because the core and hips aren't doing their job. The body tightens what it can to protect what it can't. When you stretch without addressing the root cause, you temporarily reduce tension, but the body brings it right back. That's why people stretch the same areas for years and never feel fixed. True mobility is a balance of flexibility, strength control. Stretching without strength is like loosening bolts on a bridge without reinforcing the structure. It might feel better for a moment, but it makes the system less stable over time. Chapter 6. Myth number 5. You can outrun bad recovery. This myth quietly destroys progress in even the most dedicated people. They train hard, they eat clean, they follow the plan, but they sleep poorly. They're stressed, they never truly recover, and slowly, everything starts to fall apart. Performance drops, small injuries appear, energy disappears. Recovery isn't just about muscles, it's about the nervous system. When recovery is poor, reaction time slows, coordination decreases strength, output drops, injury, risk rises dramatically. This is why so many injuries happen when people are tired, stressed, or under-recovered, not when they're fresh. Sleep is where repair happens. Hormones regulate during rest. Tendons and connective tissue adapt slowly, not during workouts. You can't out-cardio exhaustion. You can't outlift a fried nervous system. And no amount of motivation can replace recovery. Ignoring recovery doesn't make you tough. It makes you fragile. Chapter 7. Myth number 6. Fitness is just about willpower. This is one of the most dangerous lies in fitness culture. When something goes wrong, people blame themselves. I'm weak. I'm lazy. I don't want it badly enough. But fitness isn't a moral test. It's not about how hard you can suffer. It's about how well you can adapt. Willpower cannot override biology forever. Your body has limits. Tissues need time. Joints need care. The nervous system needs balance. When fitness relies only on pushing harder, people eventually burn out, get injured, or quit altogether. The strongest athletes aren't driven by constant motivation. They rely on structure, planning, and restraint. They know when to push. They know when to stop. They respect fatigue instead of fighting it. That's not weakness, that's intelligence. Chapter 8. How these myths destroy the body. Slowly. These myths don't break the body in one workout. They work quietly, patiently, over years. They show up as recurring injuries that never fully heal, stiffness that becomes normal, fear of movement, frustration with fitness. People don't quit because they lack discipline. They quit because their bodies are exhausted from being misunderstood. This is how fitness turns from empowerment into punishment, not from effort, but from believing the wrong ideas for too long. Chapter 9. Outro. Build a body that lasts. Fitness should improve your life, not limit it. The real goal isn't pain. It isn't suffering. It isn't exhaustion. The goal is longevity. To move well, to stay capable, to train year after year without breaking down. Question fitness myths. Respect recovery. Train with purpose, not ego. Because the strongest body isn't the one that survives the most pain. It's the one that avoids unnecessary damage and keeps moving for life.